Om. 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 Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande paramanandamadavam sadashiva samarambham shankaracharya madhyamam अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परंपरा। Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15. Bhagavan described his samsara as a tree. Different aspects were told. And asanga shastrena dhudena chitva. This tree of samsara has to be totally cut by the sword of asanga. Asanga, dispassion, detachment, vairagya. You have seen the first and the foremost qualification for a mumukshu to gain Atma-jnana, Brahma-jnana is vairagya. Bhashyakara Shankaracharya has clearly told the one who has got vairagya alone is the eligible person to gain Atma-jnana, Brahma-jnana, and not the other. That means one who doesn't have. So, by viveka, cutting the samsara, our vishaya preeti to its own size, finding that they are incapable of giving me the contentment, the joy, and ever living, ever happiness by the Vishaya Bhoga, one who has cut asunder this samsara. Such a person gets what avyayam, anamayam padam. Anamayam padam, that abode which is free from all upadravas, free from all afflictions, free from all sorrows, which is nothing but happiness and happiness alone. And what type of happiness? Independent happiness. Not the happiness dependent on the sense of pleasure, sense object. Not the happiness which needs other things. Self-evident, limitless happiness, ever existent in its nature. That avyayam anamayam padam gachanti prapnuvanti. So now the question comes, who are those people who can get such abode, who can discover this anamayam padam? That is further described in the 5th verse of 15th chapter. Nirmana mohajita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha saudnai gacchantya mudha padamavyayam tat. Few qualifications are being given. Number 1, nirmana moha. So, they are the people from whom The mana, I am such and such thing, the honor, considering oneself to be some great. Moha, ajnana is gone. Those who have what's that? Got it off. Mana means ahankara, mama abhimana. I'm so and so. That excessive pride. One has got it off it. Moha, ajnana, who have got it off. Jita sanga dosha. Those who have conquered the defect of sanga. Sanga itself is dosha, defect. Sanga here is they have no vesha or priti, actually priti, asakti. They have no love for anything, nor they hate anything. Neutral towards everything. Love, affinity comes when we are expecting something from that, which is desired by us. Hatred comes when it is contrary to our expectation. One, those who are free from this. Adhyatma nitya. Oh, they can achieve all this. Always committed to the pursuit of gaining the Atma Jnana. Adhyatma Jnana means those who are committed to Shravana, Atma Vichara, Manana, reflection, Nididhyasana, contemplation, meditation on the Atma Swarupa that have been discovered in the Shravana Manana, in Shravana only. One other to dispel the doubts. Vinivratta Kamaha, who are free from desires. So that discovery that this world is totally incompetent to give me the ever happiness and ever freedom of sorrow and be forever. It is not at all there. On the contrary, Bhagwan has said, Dukkhalayam ashashatam. Dukkhalayam ashashatam. Anityam asukham lokam. Based on the Shastras, this person has discovered this. So, Vinivirta Kama, Dvandvair Vimuktaha. Free from, or those who have overcome Priya, Apriya, Ishta, Anishta, means happiness and the means of gaining happiness, sorrow and the means that give sorrow. So they are what? Totally free from this. Vimukta, that is not a matter of concern from them, means they are free from desires. And what are those prayers? Sukha dukkha saudnehi vimukta. Free from dvandva, free from sukha dukkha saud. That they have overcome the sorrows and joys which is possible, or totally possible. To some extent it is practiced, but totally possible only when a person gets rid of identification of the body. So long as you are identified with the body, freedom from joys and sorrows are not possible. In the direct cognition of my Swarupa, Chaitanya, wherein identification of the body has dropped down, one goes beyond the realm of joy and sorrow. Joys and sorrow mean him just nothing. Earlier, always hankering for joy, always trying to get away from sorrow. This was the only pursuit in life. Now, he has discovered oneself, and this is mainly on account of identity of the body. Now he has got risen above it. He has got the vision of Ananda Swarupa, totally free from sorrow. These Sukha Dukkha, which of course are because of past prarabdha, mean nothing much to him. He is easily able to overcome them. So such people, amudhaha, vivekis, jnanis, avyayam padam tat gachanti. They gain that indestructible Chaitanya Swarupa, Atma, Brahman. Further, what is that pada? Abode, the entity which Jnani gains is further described. Natad bhasayate surya nashranko na pavaka yadgatvana nivartante taddhama parabhamma. Mama Dhamma. Dhamma means abode, house. Here it means Mama Swarupa. With that mean, Bhagavan Krishna says that my Swarupa, which is Yad Gatva, Yad Prapya, having gained which, na nivartante. That individual jiva doesn't return to the Janma Marana Rupa Samsara, doesn't get subjected to transmigration. And what is that? This thing, that Suryaha na bhasayati. Let us say first, literally, sun who is revealing everything cannot reveal, cannot make you know that. Nashashankaha, the moon who lights the earth in the night, cannot make you know this. Means luminaries. Pavakaha, fire which illumines. These well-known luminaries are unable to make you know in the sun. This, my pada, the teja, such a resplendence not in terms of light principle, in terms of knowledge principle. It is self-knowing knowledge principle, self-experiencing principle. It is self-evident Chaitanya. In fact, this is necessary to know sun, moon, fire. You know that yonder is the sun. How do you say so? You perceive by your eyes. Well, good. And through the eyes, antakarana, the perception. That means the information goes there. Antakarana, a vritti, a change, a modification, which is called antakarvritti, which you call as thought, corresponding to the sun takes place. But that thought, Suryakara antakarana vritti, is inert by itself. But we are aware of it and say, here in the sun. That principle which made you aware of that Surya Akaranta Kadavrutti, which made you aware of the thought corresponding to the sun, that Chaitanya, that knowledge principle, that is the one which makes you know everything. So therefore, the well-known luminaries cannot make you know it. On the contrary, their very existence because of this Chaitanya Tattva, Paramam Padam. Now it was told, Yadgatva nivartante tadhama paramam. Earlier verse. Having got which, one doesn't return again. But the rule is, Sanyogaha Viprayoganta. You said, having got which, means earlier they didn't have the pada. Mama Dhama. Now they got it. But connection, union. The rule is, any union is subject to separation. The great truth. If we assimilate this truth, many of our sorrows on account of separation from near and dear, on account of death, can be withstood without getting afflicted. Rule. Any two things have come together are bound to get separated. Causes may be anything, one time or other. You are telling they get that abode of yours. Means it's bound to separation. No. Look, the one who gains, which is generally like me. Me means what? Jiva, individual entity. That Jiva entity is not truly different from Mama Swarupa. That Pada, Dhama, abode, which is told, really speaking, it is your Swarupa. You, because of ignorance and defect, mistook yourself as different. You get rid of that, discover your Swarupa to be that only. So therefore, here, truly speaking, there is no some connection between two, which I have mistook. Now I know it in reality. Mamai Vausho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Vanashashtani Indriyani Prakrutistani Karshati. He says, look, this Jiva entity who was told with the one who has by Vairagya cut asunder samsara and got that abode, that Jiva is what? Mama eva ausha. Is a ausha. Part of me, Paramatma Swarupa, Brahma, Sarvyapi Chaitanya. How he can be part? The all pervasive cannot have parts. Yes. Yet, as though a part. How? See, the sun gets reflected in a bucket of water. Let us say, when it reflects, there is a faithful reflection in the water. Let us say pure water is. We can say figuratively, that reflection is as though an ansha, part of sun. Now, think that water is muddy and it is shaking. The reflection becomes dull and torn. A child, not knowing that it is a reflection, if it mistakes it as a sun, it says, sun is dull and torn into pieces. No. You throw that water, what happens with the reflection? We have to say that reflection merges with the sun. There's no other place it can go. It appeared from the sun, it appears to merge back in the sun. Like that. The jiva, the individual entity, all of us, we say I, is actually a reflection of Paramatma Sarupa Chaitanya in this bucket of water called Antakarana, or the mind. If the mind is highly sattvic, calm, unruffled, Atma will get reflected as it is. It is in a state of flux because of so many thoughts and coming and going and all that. What we experience as I, Atma, is torn in bits because it's Vishayas and the agitation in the mind. So therefore, what is Jiva? Therefore, this Jiva. Or otherwise, it can be like this. Space is all pervasive. But there is a part which has got space, and we say part space. Truly speaking, though part space appears to have an individuality, having the volume of the part, that part space is not different from the total space. Like that, we can say the jiva is a part, ansha of Paramatma, Mamaya Ansha. Jiva Bhutaha, in the form of jiva. Sanatana, Anadi, beginningless, perpetual, always continuing. What does it do? It carries along, of course, when at the time of death, will be told in afterwards. At the time of death, the jiva carries along with itself manashasthani indriyani, was 5 sense organs, along with the mind at the 6th one, from where? Prakritisthani. Prakritisthani, abiding in their sense receptacles. For example, the faculty of hearing in the ear. The ear that we see externally is the receptacle. It is not a real sense of hearing. The sense center corresponds to that sense of hearing. Like that eyes. The Indriya Golaka. Receptacle eyes. The faculty of seeing is the actually eye. So these faculties abiding in the receptacles of senses, it what karshati, carries along with itself. When does it carry? Shariram yadavapnoti Yachapyutkramati गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात्. When the jiva abandons the earlier body and takes the new body, it just carries manashashtani indriyani prakristani, these which are abiding in their sense receptacle. It carries. How? An illustration given. Vayu ashayad gandhaniva. Just as the wind or the breeze carries the fragrance from its source like flowers, etc. Just it wafts away, takes away. Like that, the jiva carries this indriya with the mind along with that to the next body. What are those manashashthan indriyani? Shrotram chakshusparshanam cha rasanam granameva cha adhisthaya manashchaya vishayanupasevate. Shrotram, ear, chakshu, eyes, sparshana, touch, rasana, taste, grana, smell, senses, indriya, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, touch. So then what? They themselves not sufficient. A mind presiding over them is required. With the mind presiding over them, vishayan upasevate. It experiences the sense object. That means this mama ausha, jiva, in reality, is not different from me, Paramatma. So carries this. Now, the jiva should know his Paramatma Sarupa and going from one body to other body. Very pathetic condition. Even if it does, due to ignorance, the jiva doesn't know that itself is Paramatma Sarupa. Utkramantam sitam vapi ujjanam va gunamitam vimudhananu pashyanti jnana chakshusha. Vimudhaha, avivekinaha, ajnanis, ignorant person, people. Even though the jiva with Mama Ausha, Paramatma Ausha, actually Paramatma Sarupa, though they don't know by leaving the body, taking the new body, or in a given body, experience the sense object. In spite of all these ignorant people know not. Jnana chakshusha pashyanti. Those got the Atma Jnana Brahma Jnana, they can easily know this Jiva, Mama Ausha Jiva as nothing but Paramatma Sarupa. Therefore, every effort needs to be put forth to know this with the Jiva who goes from one body to other body. For which mind with senses controlled, given to Atma Vichara is necessary. Yatanto yoginashchainam pasyantyatmanyavasthitam yatanto pyakrutatmana Ainam pashyantya chetasa. Those people who are putting forth the right effort by this. What is that? Controlling the mind and the senses along with Shravana, Manana, Nididya, along with Atma Vichara, self-inquiry with the needed sadhana. Such people, this Paramatma abiding in oneself, who appears as Jiva, they know him in reality. But others, though they put forth effort, but akritatmana means asauskritatmana, the mind not prepared, mind ill prepared, mind preoccupied the Vishayas, and not having taken to Atma Vichara, not having taken to Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, though they put forth some effort, are unable to gain the knowledge. So therefore, one should strive for to gain this knowledge with due preparation of the mind, with mastery over the senses and the mind. Further, the next 4 verses, the same pada, Paramatma Swarupa, is further explained with its glories. Yada dityagatam teja jagadbhasayate kilam yachandramasi yachagnam tattejo vidhi mamakam. The teja resplendence in terms of Chaitanya, pure awareness principle, pure consciousness principle, because of which this inert embodiment is lively, capable of interacting with the world, capable of perceiving the world, capable of knowing, capable of experiencing that Chaitanya. That is there in the Aditya, because of which he is able to be self-luminous. See, from physics standpoint, you may give some explanation. Nowadays, the satellites are sent for this birth. Earlier, also other countries are sent. Recently, India has sent. You may explain the phenomenon called sun from its material aspect, inert aspect. But according to our Shastra, every such phenomenon, every such function has got a presiding deity, an Adhisthana Devata. You say here Aditya, it is not that what burning mass, but it's Devata, Adhisthana. The Chaitanya in which enables this glow, that is what that globe as the sun, the bimba as the sun, just as the Chaitanya which enables our embodiment to function, that Chaitanya in the Aditya. Again, Teja means light, but it is not physical light here. It is the knowledge principle light, which is Chaitanya. Jagad Bhataka, which illumines the entire world. Yat Chandramasi, whatever that Teja, Chaitanya, resplendence is, there is the sun. Agnav, in the fire. Tat Tejo Vidhi Mamaka. That Chaitanya is me and me only, not something else. That's what was told as ocean. Further, Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Arayamya Mojasa Krishnami Chaushadhi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmaka. Having entered the earth, I am what? By my Ojasa, by Bala, I sustain or hold together all that are there on the earth, including the earth. What is the guarantee that the earth will not split? I hold it together. It is me having entered the earth, see, by my strength, Arayami, I sustain the earth. So, again, now think of it. This earth is such a huge mass in the space. Should it not fall down? You throw a stone up, it falls down. But why not this earth fall down? It revolves and what is that? Around itself and around the sun. It is me who is what? Enabling to do that and not allowing to fall it down or crack into pieces. So me is in and through all this thing, holding them in check together. Ushnami chaushadi sarvaha somo bhutva rasataka. From the moon rays, nutrition comes. And this nutrition is absorbed in the vegetation. In our ancient India, the seeds, paddies, etc., before sowing, they were being exposed to moonlight for about 15 days so that they absorb the nutrition. This is something which is recently discovered in the West. But our farmers, they may not what the reason is. They were told to do this. Great masters knew it. These people are not in the position to know what it is. They were doing it. The common knowledge that rasa, nutrition, which is there in the vegetation, is from moon. It is because of me. In the form of moon, I give the nutrition. Further, aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritaha Pranapana samayukta pachamyannam chaturvidam. You know where am I? In your stomach. As a Vaishwanara, Jatra Agni, stomach fire. You call enzymes and this and that also. Stomach fire. See, you know, not lack of hunger. Suppose it continuously rains for a week, no sun, your appetite gets reduced. It is called as Agnimandya. Agnimandya means the Jatra Agni has become dull. That Jatra Agni, called Vaishwanara, in every being in their stomach who digests the food is me. Now think of it. We say we do it. Our existence itself is because this Paramatma. All that we need in the world is provided Paramatma. Paramatma itself being all those things. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashitaha. Having taken resort in the body, in the stomach of all living beings. Chaturvidam annam pachami. That is what digest the fourfold food. So what is that? 4 types of food. Bhojam, that which you gulp down. Chosham, that which you suck. Then Bhaksham, that which you masticate. Bite. Lehem, that you lick. So these are the 4 types of food in the sense. That is how we eat it. Drinking means gulping down. So these 4 types is saying Pranapana Samayukta, being kindled by prana and apana. Kindled by prana in association with apana. Prana kindles, but apana for clearance, expression necessary. I only digest. By the by, this mantra is chanted while before eating the food. It is a great result in terms of ahara shuddhi. There is impurities in the food depending on the means by which the provisions are procured. The one who cooks, prepares the food, etc. Their samskaras pollute the food. But if this is chanted, it is Paramatma who eats, and what is eaten is also what? Everything is Paramatma Sarupa. Eater and eaten are nothing but Brahma Sarupa. That vision removes all such possible sins. A spiritual seeker, as one advances, should be very careful about the food that one eats, especially where, who, how of the food. See, in front of you, beautiful plate, beautiful dressing, best food may be there. But one who prepared, how the provisions are procured, all this count in terms of sanskaras. And advanced seeker gets affected by these sanskaras. So therefore, eating anywhere and everywhere is not desirable for such mukshus. So therefore, I am the one who digests all types of food. Not only that, no women. Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha mattasmriti jnanam apohanam cha vedaisha sarvairahameva vedya vedanta krit veda videva cha. Do you know where am I? Sarvasya hrudi sannivishtaha. Here, Hridaya means antakarana, especially buddhi. I am the one who abides in the buddhi, intellect, and enables it to function. Can you miss me? You got buddhi or not? Never mind buddhi or otherwise, but buddhi you have got or not? I am not asking your IQ. You got a buddhi. That functioning capacity is because of this. Me, Paramatma only, Chaitanya. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishta. Mattas pratir jnanam apohanam cha. According to their karmas, smriti, memory, jnana, knowledge, apohana, forgetfulness, because of me only. Of course, guided by karma phalas. And I am the one who is the entity to be known by all Vedas. Sarvaischa Vedaischa Sarvairahameva Vedya. All Vedas exhaust themselves in describing me, Paramatma. Vedanta Krit. I am the Paramatma, Parameshwara, the author of Vedanta. So that is the branch of knowledge which reveals one's real nature, identical with the basis of entire creation, the Brahma. Veda Videvacha. I am the one who knows all Vedas. So this is me by Dhrida Vairagya. Cut asunder the samsara vriksha and know me. Now in the next 5 verses, the same Paramatma Tattva, because it's difficult. So therefore being described from different angles, the same Paramatma Tattva is being described, taking into account the world at large. Entire creation is divided into 3 categories. Shara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Purushottama. The Jagat, which repeatedly comes and goes with every kalpas, is Purusha, here category, destructible. Akshara Purusha, the Maya, the Prakriti, the creative power which actually creates. Though the creation is destroyed, it doesn't get destroyed. It's indestructible. But one thing, relatively indestructible. Because in the wake of knowledge, it gets destroyed. This is repeatedly destructible. This is Akshara Purusha, relatively indestructible. Purushottama. Superior to both these is Uttama Purusha, Chaitanya, which ever exists, and the basis for Akshara Purusha and Kshara Purusha. So that's why the Paramatma is called Purushottama. This is being described. There's 5 verses. We'll see next. The question is about the japa. More information about the japa. Japa, you know well, repetition of name of divinity principle, God principle, or certain mantras. Japa is a means sadhana, which is in almost all religions. What do you mean by japa? Japa. Jakaro janma vichedaka. Pakaro papanashana. Janma karma haroyas. Tasmat japa iti uchyate. Jakaro janma vichedaha. The Ja stands for destruction of future births. Pakaro papanashana. Pa stands for destruction of sin at higher level, even punya, which is binding in nature. Janma karma haroyas. Because japa destroys janma, and karma means karma papa punya. Tasmat japa iti uchyate. It's called japa. Japa is a easy means, and more so, very powerful in the present Kali Yuga. Bhagavan Nama Mahatmya. Greatness of the name of Bhagavan is much more prominent in this Kali Yuga, because many other sadhanas are difficult for a person to take. But japa can be taken to easily. It involves repetition of a name of Paramatma Swarup. The name and the form which appeals to you, which is your ishta, which you prefer, that name. Or it is a mantra involving Paramatma Swarupa or a deity, depending on what you take to. So therefore, and of course, these are the mantras are given in the Shastras. We can't find mantras. Shastras have to give. If you add Omkara to that mantra, the mantra becomes more effective. There are certain what are called as utterances, bijas, Reem, Kleem, Aim, etc., which are also added, and they will make the mantra more potential. But for these bija mantras, certain restrictions are to be observed, and they should be as told by the Shastras, the bija mantra. And japa of bija mantras should not be taken independently. Some people have done it and are doing it. It is not as per the Shastra. They simply repeat the bija mantras. I don't want to take the name. Nowadays it may faded, but there was a time it was very much in practice. Today also it is there. As for Shastras, bijas have to be combined with the mantras, not independently. So when you repeat this mantra, your mind gets preoccupied in the mantra only. To that extent, other thoughts get expelled from your mind. Of course, it depends on your application of the mind. Otherwise, you may say Ram, 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 and mind is wandering everywhere. No. Mind must be with the mantra. There are three ways of uttering the mantras: Ucha, Madhyama, Manda. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Or Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Like this. Om Devai Namaha. Om Saraswatei Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. There are crores of mantras. You loudly so that others also hear. Then Madhyama. You murmur yourself. Only you can hear, not others. Third one is Manda or Manasika. Only mentally you do. How come? Listen. 4 plus 9 minus 3 equal to 10. You have done mentally. 4 plus 9 minus 3 is equal to what? 10. You are not uttered, but mind is doing that. So like that. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Not lips are tight. No movement here also. Mentally. Manasa Japa is more powerful because either you do it or you get distracted. Others can be mechanical. You may go on uttering, the mind is roaming. Your mind has to be there. And even if the mind wanders, it detects, oh, I'm sitting for japa. Mind is elsewhere. Bring it back. So this is, and it is said, japa need not be rules, etc. That all the, what is that? Certain preliminaries, what is that? Rituals, etc. Nothing. If it is taken all along, whether you are walking, sitting, talking, sleeping, or whatever it may be, and go on doing that without keeping account, as you proceed in terms of crores of that, with every crore, one of your wealth, grass, jataka, grass, gets purified. When the 12 crores are reached, and if important, the person gets sakshatkar, direct vision of the deity that he has taken to Paramatma Sarup. It can lead to moksha. But sakshatkara is very important. Just japa. It prepares the mind for the final flight. This was told by one Swami, sannyasi, very, very highly learned and a great upasaka of Dattatreya. He was popularly known as Tembe Swami. Actually, his name is Vasudevananda Saraswati. His samadhi is at Nareshwar, on the bank of Narmada. He is the guru of the famous Avadhuta from Gujarat. Actually, from Maharashtra, but settled in Guruda. Ranga Avadhuta. Ranga Avadhuta. He is that. Yes, it can. Even Samartha Ramdas. Sri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama O. Sri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. That is sadhana. He crossed so many crores. And he got the vision of Rama. Samartha Ramdas extracted a boon from Rama. Rama, just as you have given me darshana, so you should give darshana to all who take to this mantra this way. Granted. So japa can take a very high height, but it should be nishkama. Otherwise, punya comes. To get this and that, you can do it. Nothing wrong. But we are talking of mumukshu. So it is just to please make the mind absorb the what's the root. One has to take to this. So therefore, japa, and which doesn't need samagris. How much you spend for this? Nothing. So easily available. All you have to have your application of the mind. Very, and in Kali Yuga, is very, very powerful and important as japa. Next time, we'll see how this japa can be exploited for Vedantic Nididhyasana. Not simply japa, but from the standpoint of Nididhyasana, how it can be exploited, we'll see that. And also, we'll see which is the topmost mantra. They say, you know, how many mantras are there? I think 33 crores, of which maybe combining all Brahmanda. Now, what is one Brahmanda? Endless Brahmandas are there. In every religion, mantras are there. In Islam, Christianity, according to their own thing. Sometimes saints' names are there. So like that. We'll see next time how this mantra, means japa, can be exploited to take to nididhyasana, appreciation of Atma Swarupa. Oh. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti.